All right, welcome everyone to this orientation session through which I want to be able to introduce you to a QA live project, and I would like to show you how this whole thing is going to work. So the primary intent is to be able to give you a platform and an exposure through which you could gain uh, a lot of expertise in the field more from a practical standpoint. All right, I really feel honored that I get hundreds of participants joining these sessions, and it's really good to see everyone in here. I'm also recording this session, and I will be recording all the sessions going forward under this live project so that you could go back, review, and practice through it. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to run down a few slides which are going to talk about a lot of things. But primarily, what you're going to expect out of the entire program of this QA Live project. What will happen towards the end is that you will be exposed to the practical portions of how a software test engineer or a quality assurance professional is going to be working in a real time. We will try and simulate some portions or the most important portions of this real world atmosphere. I would try to give you an exposure of how you could interact and work in a team environment. When you have colleagues who are doing exactly the same thing as you, how do you communicate with them? How do you work together collectively? And especially if your team is remote. For example, they're in different locations. Some of them could be in a different time zone as well. You will be able to understand the importance of documentation and following process, standards, and methodologies. So how do you document everything that you do? How important it is to be able to communicate properly through this documentation, and so on. You will also be given a lot of assignments and tasks. So far, if you look at all the sessions that I've done, there have been more of me presenting things to you so that you learn. Now it is about you doing things, I just doing guidance overall for you. Okay, so we will work through a lot of challenges, we will work through a lot of issues, but with one simple intent: to give you a lot of confidence and in handling yourself when you get to your projects. Now, I am assuming that most participants or people who are viewing this are someone who's looking to make a significant entry into the software testing portion, or has worked or is currently under a break, or is just looking at this session to improve her or his knowledge. Okay, so now how do you make best out of this program? So once you complete this orientation, what is it that you're going to do to make it a constant improvement with you? Majority of the participants, for example, it's a real honor to see about 120 people right now present in this current live webinar, but I'm sure that there will be thousands of people who will continue to watch this recording and the recordings following this session after this, right? So you must watch the videos, because that is a platform that will give you the ability. Take notes while you watch the videos and try and make sure that you focus on the subject that is being presented to you. All right. Second is you have to go through all the documents that get generated, because we will work on right from creating functional specifications documents or system requirement specifications, or what we call as FD, and so on, to test plan, test cases, test strategy, execution, defect reports, graphs, and statistics, effort estimation, planning, so many other things will try and come up as part of this project. So read through the documents and understand these documents as you watch the videos. But more importantly, you will have to repeat and practice. So a person who watches the videos has a certain amount of knowledge. A person who also reads the document has a little bit of incremental knowledge to it. But someone who's repeating and practicing and actually rewriting the documents on a different example, on a different application, is getting a much better exposure, is building the confidence. Because at the end of the day, if I am a recruiter and I am trying to add some people to my team, when I do the interviews, it is very easy for me to see who has really worked on things or who's got a bookish or a theoretical knowledge. So this is all about practicals. All right. Now, finally, if you can recreate what I've done by either finding a team or a project where you can work and grow your skill, fantastic. I will try and coordinate, at least to repeat or group together a few teams even in the future so that you could continue to work in a similar fashion. All this intent is, again, to go back to the first slide where I said it is to give you that confidence, give you the practical exposure, and so on. Now, what is the prerequisites? So the prerequisites is this. Now, this is not a session where I'm trying to market my ITeLearn QA premium membership. No. However, if you do not have that membership and if you have not watched those videos, then you are missing a lot of important information. Okay. Yes, these videos, this is the orientation session. We will have a 3 to 5 week program. Lot of content will come out of these videos, out of these sessions that we will do, and you will be exposed to them. But only the premium members will be exposed to this. So please, if you plan to participate in it, you have to be an ITeLearn QA premium member. You can go to the website ITeLearn.com for details on this specific area. I need you to be absolutely committed to it. There is absolutely no room for excuses. You must imagine that you have joined the project and you are part of my team now. Okay, so you should be able to take instructions, you should be able to follow instructions and work with it. No excuses that I can understand that if there's a huge snowstorm you can't do anything, but you're still working from home. If you have power, if you have internet connectivity, that is all is required. All right, that is all is required for you to communicate, involve with the team, coordinate, and execute projects. Okay, so there's no excuses towards that, hey, I could not complete this task and so on. I need an absolute professionalism, and I'll guide you through this as I go along. At the same time, I don't want casual participation. I don't want someone who's coming not with an intent. We have a very, very serious goal in mind. That is to give you a practical exposure. The only way I could do justice to this is if you are serious about it. And when I say you'll be fired, I don't mean literally. This is not a project where you're getting paid or I'm getting a project from a live client that I'm giving it to you for execution. But we are simulating the whole thing. So if you cannot participate, then you'll be automatically dropped out of it. The others will have to move forward because you are now going to work in a team. So there are others, the entire team that will depend on you. Yes, you'll have to watch this QA videos because you need the basic fundamentals. I will not go about telling you what is a functional testing or how to do effort estimation or what a test case is or how do you create these and how do you understand or how do you execute these on different applications. No. Those basic functionalities and fundamentals, please go back, watch the QA videos, and then come back to this. Okay. So as I said, a lot of instructions, a lot of communication, but there's a lot of play also. We will work with each other. We will play together with an intent of how we can make it a productive and a learning atmosphere for all. All right. I'm sure there will be over 50 people who will participate in this project in the live environment for sure. All right. So please, you have to be responsible because what you do is equally going to affect everyone else in the team. Okay. I have 3 or 4 more slides. After that, I'll take some questions from you. All right. So what do I need? I need, number 1, your name, email, phone. Again, remember, I'm going to put this form up on my website in the members area. That is where you can go and fill it up. Do not email it to me. I will not take it. Do not send it over anything else. I will not take it, please. Since there will be so many entries, I will need to club them together and organize it. I will be publishing a form in the QA Premium members area. That is where you will be able to fill up this. Your name, email, phone, so that any of us from the team is able to contact you and work with you. You will need to also share your location so that we know what time zones you work in and we are not reaching out to you in an odd time in the nights and so on. Plus, we can try and see if we can group people around the same location and so on. Your timings, as I said, and what is your option? Do you want to be part of it or you're not going to be part of it? Because let's say you're preoccupied with anything else, an ongoing project, an ongoing job, an ongoing assignment or your family or your personal or any other training, then please be upfront. Do not sign up for this form. If you sign up for this form, it shows a commitment automatically to it. Okay? Because then I'll be able to plan and do things forward from there. Sounds good? So this form, these details, do not email it to me, please. I will put a form for you to sign up on the website in the QA Premium section. So what is the process? How do we go about doing this? The intent will be that our QA Premium members, I would like to break them down into various teams. Teams of probably, let's say, 3 people each or 5 people each. Okay? I will break them down, each of you down to various team sizes. So all the ITeLearn Premium members will be broken down into different teams. Each team between 3 to 5 people. Depending on the number of people, we will decide. We will try and stick with no more than 5 teams, 5 to 10 teams at the maximum of 5 to 10 people each. Once you're broken down into team, this team will work together with itself. Okay, so they are going to be working internally a lot within that team. All right, and they will also be doing a review of what the other teams are doing. It's a common assignment or task that will be allocated. A project will be assigned to all the teams equally. Okay, the same project will be worked upon by different teams, and each team will work on the project, and they will also review what the other teams are doing. Okay, so each team is going to work on the project among themselves. They will also do a review with the other, what the other team members are doing. So let's say team 1 does a review for team 2, team 2 does a review of team 3, and so on. So we will finish a cycle. What will they review? The outputs. What are the outputs? The different documentations, your error or defect logs, how you have created a test plan, how you've created an effort estimation, how are you scheduling each things, as detailed as probably even how you send emails to each other within the team, how do you communicate, and so on. Okay, then we will have a lot of group sessions that will go on accordingly, and all this will be coordinated by either a QA lead or a coordinator. So depending on the number of teams, it will be me and or some more additional members from our technical support team who will try and coordinate the entire things. So what I'm going to do is basically set up a similar session twice or thrice every week, where we start with the entire project life cycle, right from the initiation to the completion for at least one life cycle, so that each of you are involved in that zone. Okay. Now, so how does it work? I will start with, as I said, intro to the project, and I'll welcome to the team. So this will be probably one session. Okay. Once I break everyone down into teams, then you can start working. So you don't have a choice to be able to choose your team. I would allocate it so that you get the best exposure that is possible. Again, we are not only trying to learn within the team, but we will also learn from other teams. For example, here, as the outputs come out from each team, we will pick some of the best ones and publish them in such a way that it is helpful for everyone. And those become very, very good reference documents. Make sense? All right. So intro to project is what we will start. This will take about a session. Then we will get into the overview of the functionality and the project plan. What is the expected functionality? What is the project plan? In the sense, what is the schedule of the expected functionality to be done? Okay. Who is going to be developing it? I will share some information on that also with you. Or is it already in developed application? That will come. So once I am able to present the functionality of this demo application that you're going to take, you will start to take notes. You will start to write and review the functional specifications document or the requirements document, so that you get an idea of how it is done. You will actually going to do it. Then we will get into a detailed test schedule and a test plan. How do we prepare this? How do we prepare an overall strategy? And you can also put things like what tools you use. Do we want to use any automation as part of it, and so on. Then we will get into the writing and the execution of the test cases. When I say writing of test cases, that by itself is an effort. That by itself is a big skill. So by end of this exercise, if each of you write about, let's say 40-50 test cases, that is a great practice for you, and how you can try and repeat the same over and over. What is the intent? Practical exposure, you to get the confidence of how things are going to be done on the job. Okay, you're going to review the test cases, peer review. How are you going to review? What kind of templates we will use for review, and best practices or checklists, we will be coming and discussing all of these. Then you will get to the execution, actual execution. You'll be given the time, then you're going to execute it, and you're going to report what is happening, or what do you find, and so on. As part of all of this, you will be involved in email exchanges. You will be speaking with your team directly. You will have conferences. You will have screen shares. You will be doing meetings. You will report your findings. You will also present it. Okay. So all of these things will be done. That is the whole intent. It's like a group project work. That's it. Very simple. This is not a rocket science. This is not a new invention from my side. It's always been going on. I'm just trying to put it together into a structure so you can all participate along with me in this. Okay. I am more of an observer in this than a presenter. You, along with your team, are the creators. You're going to do all of these things. Make sense? So this is going to be the output. At the end, you will see the output. Its output is you yourself, you with a new skill. Now, so this is what you will get towards the end. You will get your practical exposure. You will learn how to work in a team, how to do communication, very critical. I see this. It takes at least 3 months for someone to get used to for the first time. All right, how do they communicate and so on. Prioritizing your tasks. How do you handle when you have issues and challenges? And more importantly, get your hands-on experience and exposure. All right. How long will this whole activity take? It may take about 2 to 5 weeks. 2 is too less. 5 is an overstretch. I would try and finish it within 3 and 4 weeks. Okay. The teams will have meetings daily. The team members within themselves, they will meet daily online, and they will discuss what has to be done, because the team has to give a collective output. Who plays what, who does what is fine. Okay. Then we will have weekly group meetings where the findings from each team's output for that specific exercise is being presented, and we'll pick which is the best ones out so we can discuss and share with everyone. All right. And we'll try and work with small teams. That way you are able to interact with each other. But again, please do not be left out, because I will give instructions to each of you to tell me honest and very open feedback about everyone else. It is a great thing to have a feedback about yourself, because that will show you where you're going to be going forward. And most importantly, I would welcome new ideas of how we can make this whole session very productive. How can we make it extremely useful for all the participants? Make sense? Now, so that's the whole presentation. I wanted to give you a quick orientation, and now I'm ready for the questions. Sorry team, I know sometimes I speak very loud, sometimes I speak very fast, but at the end, the whole intent is that my message is strong. I'm very excited about it. I want you to be able to work with me and go through the whole thing. Okay. All right, let me take some good questions. Now, anything that is not relevant, I may not even address it. So please excuse me if you have put a question, but I didn't feel that it is good enough to present in this audience. Let me see. Will we have Bugzilla and Jira in the project? Yes. So you decide along with your team at that time, what tools do you want to use? Do you want to put it in an Excel? That's fine. You want to put it in Bugzilla or Jira or any other defect reporting tool? That is fine too. Okay, so that is optional. You have to tell me, do you want to use it? Use it. That's how it's going to be. Firstly, thanks. Okay, was waiting for such thing. Thanks, Anuradha. When are we going to start the project? The project is started. Tomorrow I will put the form. I will send an email to all the QA premium members. You can start putting your details in that form there. That is basically all those details there that I mentioned. Your name, email, and all of this. Okay, you can start putting this there. What is the project environment? I don't know. I'm going to come up with it, but as you get along, that's the first thing that we will address. How many hours in a day do we have to work on the project? You tell me, Neeraja. This is an opportunity for someone who's not currently employed to be able to maximize the potential. Do you want to work for 2 hours? Probably a little low. Do you want to give about 4 or 5 hours? I think it's good. Do you want to spend 8 hours? Phenomenal. Because what happens is in an 8 hours project, you're not giving an output for 8 hours. Your output could be only a 3 hours, but you could be exploring, you could be surfing the web, you could be trying to learn new things. All that happens in those things, right? So you have to plan and schedule how you can work. But remember, you're going to work with a team. So if you don't put in enough hours, the team will fall behind and then they will decide to drop you out. Even I don't have to decide, okay? What amount of time commitment is required? Again, it is your call. So if this is a practical project, so it is your call. Which tools are we using? Your call. Let's keep it open. I am not going to bound yourself to any new tools, okay, or any old tools. Do what you want. That's fine. And at the end, if you come up with a new tool, and if we can show it to the other members that here's the output from a new tool, fantastic. That's great as well. This live project is based on manual and automation testing. It is primarily focused on manual testing because that is the intent of it. You can use automation testing tools if you want to, but I would not recommend automation testing. In fact, you know what? Let's leave automation out of it. No automation. You can use test management tools like let's say QC or Jira or Bugzilla, whatever you want, but let's not use automation testing tools. Type of technology I've answered. All the softwares installed in, I don't know, what do you mean all the softwares? So what do you mean by all the softwares installed in a machine? Whatever you need, you'll have to figure out with your team and find it out. Is it going to be okay. Again, communication, please, is two-way. If you do not listen closely, you will miss out. I'm not going to sit and repeat what you want to hear. You have to look at what is being mentioned, okay? The team meetings, you with your team, you will interact every day. Weekly, I will coordinate, or a QA lead that I'll try and identify for your team will coordinate with you on a weekly basis to see what is happening. Within your team, you will try and interact as often as possible. Ideally, all of you are trying to allocate a specific time where you're all online at that time. Use Skype or use any kind of a group chat messenger, open up forums and start interacting with each other. Have these group sessions. What tools can you provide? Do you have QC? I will not provide any tools. You find out how you want to get what tools. Are you charging? I'm not charging for this. It is all for the QA premium members. From where I will find the form in ITeLearn. It will be at the place where you have the videos. I will put it up there. Do you want to use QTP SQL? No, no automation tools for this. How many hours of? Okay, do not ask me questions about the training and all that, please. It is already there. This is a practical project, so I'll focus on that. Project will be agile project. I don't know. I will present to you the situation. You tell me what is an agile project, what is not. I will give you all the resources and I'll guide you through your exposure to it. Then as you go into the execution and your planning, then we will see what kind of a project it is. Visit ITeLearn.com if you want further details on the QA premium role, please. I will not provide you any software. There are enough free versions. There are enough open source tools that you could try and leverage. How long would this project go on for? 2 to 5 weeks, but more between 3 to 5 weeks is what I would say. I would say about 4 weeks at least. Okay, let's see. Who's a premium member? Premium member is a paid participant as part of the QA videos. There's already close to 20 videos that have been put on manual testing, fundamentals, Jira, and a couple of them on Bugzilla as well. Will there be a team head? I will try and represent a portion of it, but I'll try and get more participants into it depending on how many people enroll for this. Let's see. Does the team need to know QTP SQL database? No, it is not mandatory. I am assuming that every member in the team is a beginner level. You have basic skills on manual testing, on Excel, on Word, and so on. In fact, you know what? I have my MS Office. I'm going to give the QA premium members the access to all the videos on MS Access as well. Okay, so I will pass this information to my team. to add all the MS Office premium membership videos with the QA premium also. That way you also learn these tools. It's very important and essential for you to learn these tools, especially Excel, Word, and so on. Okay, so I will put that as part of the QA premium membership team. Whoever is already enrolled or will enroll will get access to it. Okay, let's see. Do I need to join your course? Same question, please. Everything is for QA premium members. The information is on the website. Are we going to work on Saturday or Sunday? I would not recommend. You decide with your team. All right. Try to work out a schedule with your team where you're discussing, hey, when do we meet? When do we talk? How many times should we have conferences every day? What time to what time? Who's going to work? Where will we put all these documents while we're creating it? How do we do version controls? All of these things you decide. All right. That will be that is what I want you to do, because that's how you can work in a team atmosphere and decide how you can do. Okay. Let's see. Is it web-based? Predominantly web-based. Yes. Let's see. What final products of this project will be available only to parties? Yes, absolutely. All the videos going forward. So when we do this weekly group meetings, all right, we will record them and host them and give a summary of what was done. We will in fact ask each of the teams to do their own recording and present a summary of what they have done as part of it. Okay. So there will be recordings from the teams and there will be recordings from the group that will go into it. Let's see. Do not follow and particular templates. Karthik missed. Okay, don't worry. If you miss something, you will get a video. I'm just scanning through all the questions in the chat. There are over 100 participants team, and that's the reason I have a lot of questions that I need to quickly answer and address. Can we show this project in our resume? Very important. Okay. Now here is the thing. You can show the project as is in your resume. Okay. I'm still debating, do I develop something on my, let's say, ITeLearn domain as a sub section, as a new thing where I go from in a 4 to 5 weeks project, and you are a participant who's actually testing it, then phenomenal, great. I could say that you could put it in your resume. If it is an external thing, then you can show it as a dummy project. I'm still debating that. I'm thinking about that. I will come back to you on this. Okay. Can we show this project in our resume is the question, and I will come back to you on this. It's a great question. I'm trying to see if you can do that. Who will decide the group in our time zone? So you decide. Who has to decide? All right. So if I give you 4 or 5 people, I will try and see whom I can put as a coordinator among your team. Okay. A senior QA engineer or a coordinator who's able to coordinate. All right. So to avoid confusion, I will nominate one of you depending on an additional question that I might put in here for that. Do you give individual feedback so that we get to know what we are? So what I can do is this. I can give feedbacks to the entire team commonly. All right. But what we can do is either each team give feedbacks to other team members in other teams. A team member within a team can give feedbacks about other members in the team, and it could be hidden. Who is giving what anonymously, it can be given. All right. So you know what is happening. Who is doing good communication, who is playing who is being good sport, who is doing a lot of hard work, who is unable to do, and so on. This is almost like a reality show for you guys. Okay. So I want you to be able to interact with each other and be able to nominate. I will give the feedback overall so that you know where we are weak, where you're strong, what can we do better, and so on. Listen, here's the thing. I don't believe that I'm the expert in the industry. No. All I'm trying to do is put a platform where each of you could interact and maximize your learning potential in this session. All right. Have this been done by you before also? No, it's an experiment. I have not done this before, at least not online. I must have done it with people around where we've done real projects. The only thing I'm trying to do here is what I've done in the real projects, in the real environment, is what I'm trying to recreate here so that you work as my team members. Look at it as I'm your QA lead and you are my team, and I'm giving instructions of what to do. All right, last couple of questions, then I'll move forward. This is only for manual testing. This is not the Selenium 2-week job-oriented project. No. What is the fee to become? All the information on the course is found on the website. So you could please pick it up from there. If I'm new in testing field, how can I start working on the project? Okay. If you're new in testing, this is what I would recommend. The first thing you should do is enroll in the videos to begin with. Please do not join the team immediately. If you have not watched these videos, you will not be able to contribute significantly to other team members. Okay. You will have about 4 or 5 days. We will start this project early next week. Before that, you could at least spend time in finish to watch all the videos. Okay, just watch the videos, take notes, get an idea. And then you will at least be ready. You know what others are talking in the team. All right. Okay, let's see. If I'm new in testing, how can I start working? So first, finish your QA videos. Then you can start to participate in this project. All right. Even if you're late, you can watch the outputs of the videos. But to be able to do it, to get the real exposure, we will need to get you into a second phase of this. Okay, let's see. What are the charges? Okay, that's what was 2 week. This is not part of the Selenium 2-week job-oriented dummy project. That is a similar thing that I'm planning to do in a different atmosphere altogether. Okay, it's going to be a different event altogether from this event. That will start in probably about a couple of weeks from now. All right, team, thank you so much for participating. I hope to fully address most parts of your questions. And what I'm going to do is I will upload this video. You will start seeing it, and then we'll start sending you the instructions so each of you can start working with it. Okay. Thank you everyone for participating. I really appreciate you joining on this live webinar. See you later in the next sessions. Take care everyone. Thanks. Bye.